Hey there, it's Ben Lansgard with Dan Kramer Inc. And today I wanted to talk about a very common financial myth that is out there that's preached by the institutions and marketed very hard and has been for probably the last 30 to 40 years. And that's the concept of average rates of return. We've probably all heard the term average rates of return, and that over time, if you consistently invest money in the market does an average rate of return of, you name it. I've heard so many different numbers. Some people say 10, some say 12, some say 8. So today I'm just going to break down how average doesn't actually show the true numbers and how you can actually get a good average rate of return and still lose money. So first, just like and subscribe if you don't mind, and especially if you want to see more videos like this. And I'll share my screen and we'll get right into it. So this is a calculator that we use. And this is just a financial calculator that anyone can they're all over the internet and stuff. So this is just a basic, okay, someone starts at age 35, they were going to retire at 65 and probably live till 85. So again, numbers don't really matter a whole lot. This is more of a concept. So we're just basing this off of right now. There's no money in an account. I'm going to put 10,000 a year into it. Going to get an average rate of return of 8%. We'll just go ahead and put 10% in there just to be a little more generous. And we see over the course of 30 years, that $10,000 a year down here, you put in 300,000 over the lifetime, and that money grows to 1.8 million. Sounds great, right? And this is what, when you look at a lot of retirement calculators, they tell you, hey, if you want X amount of money at retirement, this is how much you need to put in based on an average rate of return of this. So then we're going to add some outside factors. We're not really going to mess with taxes or inflation because those are constantly changing, but we're going to look at market risk. So market volatility, we'll just look at large cap, which is S&P 500 over the last 30 years. So we're going to go back to 1993. And so it says right here, okay, that the average return during those last 30 years was 11.25%, but the actual return was 9%. So our 1.6 just went down to 1.5, or 1.8 just went down to 1.5. So we just lost $300,000 just to market volatility. That's not horrible, right? Then we're going to go to management fees. Let's say an advisor charges a 1% fee, which is pretty reasonable. That doesn't include any other fees that are in the funds that the money's invested in. Mutual funds can have fees up to 3% that they really don't have to disclose. So if it's invested in mutual funds, fees could be much, much higher. If they're in, index funds, ETFs that have low expense ratios, it might not be much more than 1%. So then we look here, and now that takes the average return from 11.25% down to 8%. And that makes a huge difference. Between just fees and market volatility, we just lost $600,000. So why am I sharing this? I just wanted to share this because it's really easy to get caught up in the marketing of, hey, if you are constantly investing in the market over 30 years, you're going to have a big pile of money. There might be some truth in that, but in the real world, the money is going up and down. The market's going up and down, and even at a couple of times, like we're ahead of the curve. But because average rates of return aren't real, there's about a $600,000 difference just in a few small factors that we factored into this. If this is in a taxable brokerage account, then taxes are going to take a big chunk of that money as well. And then if we, consider inflation risk, that's going to factor in as well and make a huge difference. So just want people to understand the concept that just because the S&P 500 has done an average of 11% over the last 30 years, that doesn't mean that you are going to actually get that same number. So hope this was helpful. Comment, let us know if you have questions or concerns or other ideas for videos. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel if this was helpful and insightful, and we'll see you in some more videos. Thanks.